welcome everybody to Dungeons and Dragons, or as I like to call it, the Points of Light, or if you want the longer version, Eberron's Points of Light. I am Noranok, and I will be the Dungeon Master once again. Joining us is Silicon Tithe, who will be at least temporarily taking over as Apparatus the Warforged Artificer. And I have a feeling that although Shadowhawk will be here, he might be a little late than usual, so I'll be taking over it for him till he gets on. Hopefully before the session ends. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the last time I had to play as him and Apparatus. Not really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as always, let me do the brief recap of what happened in the last time. So, last time, Provost Nigel Farias has tasked you, as the members of the Clifftop Adventurers Guild, with retrieving an artifact from Down V, the Plane of Perfect Order. You boarded the lightning rail in Karnath, preparing to dive into a deep river gorge in order to make the transition to Donvi. However, before you can do so, agents of the Emerald Claw stole the authorization crystals you need to access the plane. You raced through the lightning rail and retrieved you raced through, only managing to retrieve one of them, with apparatus of retrieving one, and you plunged at total velocity into Dunvi. As you arrive, each of you had to jump through hoops and red tape, as much as Lonnie would despise to go through. And they they also confronted the thief, Rosta Lasho, all of you pulled off a Con Lane moment. For those who have played Mass Effect, you'll get it. Who had pulled an airtame moment by escaping the grasp of you on the lightning rail, only to met a gruesome and untimely end as you retrieve the artifact. You return home victorious, but still, job is the top job, and I have another one showing up pretty soon. And that is the recap. Is everybody playing music at 25%? Just want to make sure.
Yep. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. Okay. Shall we begin?
Yeah.
Alrighty, let me get a couple things set up. And... Bam! Bam!
Shoot it.
You okay?
Didn't get to mute myself at the time.
Whoops. It happens, right? Okay. There's no rest there's no rest for the wicked in the Clifftop Adventurers Guild. Handler Laura's letter finds you before you can even return to Shard from your last victory. Delivered by hand by a courier from House Orion, with its magical seal safely unbroken. The letter reads, "Pack it with the cloaks, kids." The letter reads, "We need you back in Karnath, maybe in the barn home in Valia in 6 days. The Provost has found a local partner with a shared interest in the next Artifactory's collection. Prepare for blood and bone. Guild Handler Laura, Clifftop Adventurers Guild." The letter is packed with several all-expenses paid House Orion vouchers for the rail and road transport to Oyar. Blood, as far as you can tell, I would like everyone to roll a religion check, if that's okay. So would Bree. Nope.
Okay.
Got a nat one.
He did not pick up the reference to blood.
I got a non-natural 20.
Alright.
And I only just got a 15.
Finfire. Apparatus.
I got a natural one.
Oof.
You got a what?
I got a natural one. With modifiers, it's still a 1.
The reference just like flies past your head, Fenfire.
The reference is about the blood, sweat, and tears of children in troubadour masks.
That is what you gathered, Fenfire. But for Cole and the ones who succeed on the roll, you get that it's a reference to the blood of Vol, and the about bones close to Karna's. Okay, so I would also like everyone to roll on a history check.
That's much better.
History. 18.
8.
24.
Alright. You remember that the bone refers to the 4 bones, one of the few border strongholds to still deploy undead troops in Karnath. By the way, does anyone came from Karnath, by the way? I know Bree doesn't.
Nope.
Nope.
Or Orc doesn't, and I'm pretty sure Apparatus doesn't. Is that true?
Seems to be the case.
Yeah, just in case. And before you set up, would you like to make any preparations before you preparations like stop by the Dragon's Horde, do some last minute preparations, anything?
I don't really need to buy anything, so unless anyone else does.
Yeah, Bree has a lot of potions on hand. A potion of fire breathing, 3 potions of healing, potion of heroism, potion of great healing. So if you need anything, he's good. Apparatus, does the character need anything?
I'm saying.
So, sorry, what?
Not that I'm saying.
Alrighty. Everybody agreed to move out?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. 6 days, some time passed. The icy winds bite as they ride into town. The folk here are dour and sturdy, wrapped in thick cloaks and striding with purpose toward their destinations. The streets are patrolled by soldiers with polished armor and steel swords. The red wood of Karnath is embossed on their shields. Most of the townsfolk treat the patrols with utmost respect, and many of the elders offer salute to any soldiers they pass. The Baron home has earned a pride of place in Valyar's central square. Besides the entrance, a caravan is distributing durian grain to the local businesses and residents. Anything else you'd like to do before you enter the inn as instructed?
Can I enter?
May as well.
Okay.
I'd like to cast guidance on Lonnie.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you feel a bit of a. Trying to describe the guidance. You feel like something is sort of unseen force will be guiding you, aiding you in whatever you do.
All right. I guess we go in then.
Aye. The inn is bathed in the firelight of the roaring hearth, and carriers of all walks are scattered about the tables, sharing news and stories over mugs of foaming ale and bowls of hearty stew. In one corner, guild handler Lara is laughing over a joke, leaning back with her boots propped up on the table. Beside her, a half-elf man is politely suffering her bolster's tail. Probably of what's going on in Terrain. He looks to be middle-aged, having strands of gray mixing with the deep black of his hair. Like his military cut, his beard and mustache are neatly maintained. His skin is dark, his eyes are deep brown, and his ears peek into very subtle points. He wears a stern expression with subtlety and nobility. His the carcass is embossed with the rising symbol of Orath, goddess flight. Seeing you enter, Laura jumps out and brings you to a table, waving over the barman. Now I am glad to see you. I was just about to buy another round. Here. I'd like to introduce you to Durna. The health man besides her stands about his head, then steps forward to offer his hand. It is a pleasure to meet you all, he speaks in a rumbling baritone. When Laura and the Provost contacted me, I knew the Lady of Light had chosen to favor me.
Okay, I guess we'll quickly introduce ourselves.
Alright, what are you gonna say?
Does anyone with a higher charisma want to do this first, or before I try to?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I have a high charisma, but I'm not particularly trusting of new people, so...
Yeah.
Fair. Okay.
Yeah, Bree
don't try.
One of my dump stats.
Noted.
Yeah, Bree steps forward and shakes the elf everyone's hands. It's a pleasure to meet you, he says. I'm Bree of Cliffwood. And these here are my companions. He introduces each of you. Apparatus. This is Apparatus the Warforged, Finfire, Lonnie, and Orc.
Why is the Warforged the one that has to be pointed out as a Warforged, and no one else got pointed out for their race? I mean...
Apologies, Apparatus. I got a little carried away.
Because who doesn't like seeing mechanical inventors running around? It's noteworthy. Everyone sees tiny gnomes all the time. There's one right behind you right now.
Like, he could tell I'm a Warforged. It's not like I'm wearing this fantastic disguise of...
You could have been a golem.
With this glowing sigil on my forehead? No. Golem.
Maybe you were asleep and someone wrote on your head with a magic marker.
Sorry about that.
Oh, God.
Can someone please explain to me what we're doing here?
Alright, the Provost, your client, and our mutual benefactor contacted me when he read my family history. As I'm sure you well know, there are factions among my countrymen that see fit to desecrate our fallen by returning them to the battlefield under the curse of undeath. My grandfather, Keda Erduna, once held domination over a fortress close to the border of the Delta Plains, not far from here. He sought to rescue it from its previous owner, a necromancer named Gridnar Schult. Schult has been drawing on the power of Marbar, the Endless Night, to empower his profane creations. My grandfather put a stop to those evil practices, was forced out by factions loyal to the blood of Vol. Schult's successes have now twisted my family's birthright into a den of evil. By ours crown, they call it for bones now. Vadin slams his hand into the table, rattling the mugs of ale. Laura finishes the story for him. Varius has learned of an artifact belonging to the fort's captain of bones. A conqueror game piece, or the Queen of Night. It is written that the artifact draws on the power of the Manifest Zone attuned to the Mabar, the Endless Night. Steal the Queen, we get the Provost his new toy, and deal with the necromantic factions in Odakar all at the same time. Everybody wins! Having calmed down, Vedib nods his agreement.
So, let me get this straight. You want us to attack a fortress, or are we sneaking in? Because, truth be told, we're not exactly the sneakiest bunch.
The fort has more than its fair share of raids by Valinari elves crossing the plains. My sources tell me they're mustering as we speak, and their attack could be the perfect time to find an opening. Alternatively, you might find a less quiet entry by joining the company of Bones. They're always eager for new blood, but you might have to prove your worth. Otherwise, I hear that a bureaucrat from Uttar is on her way to inspect the kind's operations. Might find a place in an entourage if you know your way around a lie. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to switch music.
They allow bureaucrats in.
Apparently, even necromancers need to deal with their taxes or something. I don't know.
Tireless Undead. Great tool of the bureaucracy, everybody.
I mean, technically, this kind of necromancy is legal in Karnath still. So, I don't know, maybe he needs his license renewed?
Yeah, we were asked, so who exactly runs Fort Bones? Leadership of Fort Bones fell to 2 officials. It doesn't say who, Fenton says this. Put him on military and magical lines. The captain of Bones, Linda Dory, manages martial affairs. Thanks to her, the patrols run like clockwork. The ranking necromancer among the garrison is only known as the Kind, or knows what he's up to in the crypts.
Obviously, reanimating people. I mean, he's a necromancer in crypts. I don't think he's putting on a puppet show.
Also, being very inefficient, because you wouldn't have to have your patrols run like clockwork if you just had the undead do it. I mean, they're not going to disobey orders, like, hey, it's 1 o'clock, go out, and we'll do it.
That's why Karnath was doing this in the first place. With that and the Blood of Old Wisdom to do that, it was quite efficient.
I'm not very impressed if their Captain of Bones' main thing is, they get the patrols run like clockwork. Any third-rate necromancer could do that.
Hey, sometimes you just gotta stick with the basics.
Is anybody else gonna ask? Like, such as the Queen of Night, or something about the fortress?
How will we find our way? How are we going to get around it? Like, do we have any maps or anything like that?
Yeah, Vadim has a map of the place, so let me bring it up real quick. There we go. There we go. If you can see it, that'll be great.
Option of just, blasting the door open with artillery.
I found a map of the place in my grandfather's archives. Fort Dawn, he called it. I'm afraid it may be 80 years or so out of date, and the handwriting isn't the best. But should still help you orient yourselves.
So what I'm hearing is we shouldn't trust the map at all, and we should be ready for everything to be completely different when we get inside. Got it.
It is just the basics. The details change over time.
Is this the only flaw on this Fort Dawn, or are there others?
As far as I can tell, yes.
Your crypts are on the same level as where you eat.
I guess we should be very glad that these necromancers are necromancers and not architects.
Well, whoever built this were not bright, to say the least. Laura adds in. And this is where Bree steps in.
I suggest we go at the main gate, and I make a cannon.
Attacking the fortress is not the best idea. Laura advises.
That said, Mary said those some type of elves in the area that are also attacking them regularly. We could always find a way in while they're busy with that.
Or we can join the Valinor elves and say, hey, we've got artillery.
Yeah. I should say this, Vadim traces his finger along the map across the Talentina Plains. Although it changed me to suggest it, I believe there's a way you can help my cause from the shadows. I cannot assure that loyal, righteous Karners take control and order care if they believe we are to blame for a theft at Fort Bones. It must appear that their failure comes from elsewhere. If you can, I ask you that you make it appear that the Queen of Night was taken by the Valinor elves. The Captain of Bones must not be seen to fail against foreign forces. Not in fighting. Oh, Bree is on! Hey, Bree! How's it going?
So, join the Valinor elves, blow shit up. This is what
Sorry for being so late.
That'll be, that's okay?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Okay, just being sure. New headphones.
Ooh, how's that working for you?
So far so good. I can hear from both ends as opposed to one. I just want to be sure you can hear me.
Just make sure. Is everybody hearing him just fine?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Perfect.
Would someone be okay to explain to the player what he missed?
We were assaulting a fort head-on.
Not head on, infiltrating.
We were using artillery to blast open the gates for the Valinor elves.
No.
Alternatively, we're going to try to get it. Alternatively, we're going to try to get into this fortress run by necromancers and steal a game piece. I think.
Yeah, a game piece called the Queen of Night.
I guess we're playing chess.
Yeah, if you're worried about the Queen of
We're
Night,
playing 4D chess and they're just checkers.
yeah. If everyone's worried about the Queen of Night, the legends. This is what Fedin says. Legends say that if you lose a game of Conqueror to an opponent who is playing with the Queen of Night, your life and soul are forfeit too. I don't know how true that part is, but I do know that Captain Dorn used to say to channel her necromantic power. If you face her while she's wielding it, she will kill you.
So we're facing a freaking chess necromancer? That's ridiculous. I love it. Let's steal that and make copies.
I do not think that could be replicated. Not that easily.
Well, we need to try. We can make a whole board, and then you can just have a game where both sides are continually stealing each other's souls as they keep capturing each other's pieces. It'll be terrible.
You're
The
saying
mass production of Darby.
you're saying this with the artificer in your presence who can replicate certain items.
I mean, yeah.
Apparatus is taking notes.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
What is chess?
Oh.
Well, you see, chess is a game where you have a bunch of pieces where you move them randomly, and then one person will get frustrated and knock the board
Or
over,
I
and
just
that person will
sighs
lose.
and just immediately kind of his eyes just kind of glaze over.
But I thought you were supposed to light it on
Chess.
fire when you got frustrated.
I mean, that's an
Chess is
alternative.
what your intellectual superiors play when they get bored.
And that's when the Warforged got stabbed by the Paladin.
Yeah. Bree, is there anything you'd like to say? Like, where will we find this Queen of Night?
In the
Yeah,
fortress.
where can we
Yeah.
find this?
Yeah,
lady?
apparently, Captain Dorn carries her with her for much of the day, and her timetable is as rigid as the Warforged said. No offense, apparatus. I have heard that she sometimes stores it in the crypts, but you will have to find.
Hey!
But you will have to find the when and where of it once you're inside. You can take my grandfather's map. You already have my grandfather's map of the fortress. As for the Valinor,
Shadowhawk, can you see the map? In the campaign chat? Or does it
Yeah, let me go and see.
Okay.
right. As for the Valinor, well,
Oh, okay, I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it now.
yeah, leave a calling card or drop something in the right place. Anything to make them believe the Valinor have visited the heart of the sanctuary.
How about we team up with the Valinor so that we know for sure they get in?
Not the best idea. They'll also attack you on sight.
Not if we show up with artillery and a big sign saying, "Hey, we want to blow shit up with you."
Well, that's a bit disconcerting, and it may. If you're thinking that it may be wrong to soak tensions between the Valinor and Karnarth, well, the Valinor.
You are specifically asking us to do that.
I mean, they're not wrong.
Like the Valinor attacked.
You're infiltrating
Well,
the place.
The best way to make it look like the Valinor attacked is if the Valinor attack.
The Valinor don't fight for any political cause. They fight because they believe it to be a form of honoring their ancestors. There's no route to go to peace with the elves, so we cannot do further damage.
You said that there's a Valinor warband already getting ready to attack the place.
Yes, there's no peace. There's no peace with them. Like I said.
In my experience, back at Adderport, it was much easier to arrest someone you knew was guilty if you put the evidence in their house first.
Jesus, are you from Sharn?
I mean,
Right.
it sounds like regular trust issues to me, so I'm used to it. Lonnie doesn't see a problem with this.
All right. So, what do you approach? Do you approach? There are 3 ways to get inside the fortress.
I still like the idea of using a big old artillery cannon, putting a hole somewhere,
Now, speaking
and
of
letting the pellet.
There is one major flaw to that, is that they've already pointed out that if we directly try to face the person with the chest piece, they'll just kill us. So we want them to go against the elves. Don't want to be with the elves when they go at each other.
Laura looks at Bryce, you're unusually a little eager.
What's Ocentor?
Yeah. So, before you set out, what is it you like to do? You can find some sort of secret entrance. You can
Build a bullet and stuff.
you can approach the bureaucrat at find a place in their entourage, or you can see if you can join the company of bones.
I like the idea of the bureaucrat.
Everybody else?
Someone more robotic than Warford. Let's go with them.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Lonnie?
Because honestly, this entire party can't bluff their way out of a paper fucking bag. One that's been, soaked in the swamp for 3 weeks.
I mean, that's a bit harsh, but maybe true.
Free.
I don't think we do well going with the infiltrate by joining route. Why are you here? We want to steal your shit. I mean, damn it.
Bree, what do you want to do? You want to join the company of bones, or go with the bureaucrat, or take some sort of secret entrance?
I guess you could quickly look over the map to
I'm
see if we
thinking
can
to maybe
figure
go
where.
with the secret entrance. I got sick of bureaucrats from the last war.
And on the plane, Donvi, I do not blame you. So,
This is hilarious, right? This is what people find funny, right? Infiltrating via bureaucracy.
yeah, well, you did
I
that.
mean, yeah.
Well, it took you several hours just to get to the quintessential engine, just to let you know.
It wasn't
That's
a great
okay.
time.
I'll go in standby mode.
Alright.
I'm just gonna go stand by everyone else.
Could I quickly look over the map to see if maybe we can piece together if there's any clues for where a alternate entrance might be if we want to take the secret entrance route?
Well, there's a hidden entrance at the front gate after I blow it open.
So,
They have a rather
any-
large grate drawn for the washroom. Maybe there's a water outlet that we can crawl in?
That's a good idea.
That's assuming that this map is still accurate. This is an old map.
To be fair, these are necromancers. I don't think they're plumbers. There's a good chance that plumbing will still be intact.
You want to wade through weird shit?
You're a warforged. You don't smell anyway.
It's still worse than bureaucratic shit that we have to wade through. I'd rather wade through metaphorical shit.
So is this fort like up against a mountain?
Yeah, it's up against a tor, not a mountain.
What's that?
A tor is more like a big hill.
Oh,
So a baby mountain.
by the way,
So there's basically a cliff face overlooking the fort.
Lonnie, Apparatus, would you like to either of you to roll a Oh, by the way, Lana, roll an Arcana check. Apparatus, would you like to help him? And that means you have to roll a history check, so you can add your proficiency bonus to the roll.
I'm gonna go ahead and use
27
that
for
guidance
history.
for this.
What do you say, Lonnie? Add a +4
Okay.
because of Apparatus history proficiency bonus.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use the guidance for this also.
All right, what's your roll? Don't keep us in suspense. What'd you roll?
He rolled a d20.
That's a 19 plus 7 plus 4 plus 4. That's a 34.
Okay, here's what you know.
So 50,000 years ago, on a Tuesday, here's what happened.
Malbar is a plane of art, darkness, and entropy. And this is the fall of life.
And it's Maybar, by the way.
Maybar, thank you. There, no light shines. Its starless night sky persistent for eternity. Maybar is a well of...
I have dark vision. The pain of DMs in 5th edition.
It's a...
I don't have that.
well
Except,
negative...
except this evening, all the players, I have dark vision.
It's a well of negative energy. Feeling
So I
decay...
have 5!
Negative energy, feeling decay and powering the undead. The necromancers from Karnath and Arena have learned to use this power for their own gain. Nicolets, Grow Angels, and creatures of shadow claim Malbar as their own, if they can resist the life-draining darkness.
By the way, there's theories that possibly Maybar is not supposed to do stuff with necromancy, because it's darkness, not death, unlike what the moon that's missing was.
When the plane is continuous with the material plane, shadows grow darker.
Coterminous.
Coterminous with the material plane. Shadows grow darker. Nights are long and cold. The deepest blackness. A hapless mortal might accidentally stumble into a map bar itself.
Maybar.
Maybar, thank you.
As Apparatus keeps on correcting the pronunciation of the words that the voice in his head is using.
That is pretty much in character, by the way. That is pretty much in character.
Just every once in a while, Apparatus just says Maybar.
Maybar, right. And before... Oh, hey, before you go, Lara stands and rummages in her pocket, retrieving a small pouch. She turns it over a few times in her claws. I have a personal favor to ask of you. See, my wife, Emil Lekavash, and I have history with Dwarf Bones. During the last war, we picked up a mission from the British Crown to destroy a battalion of undead headed there as reinforcements. We ran into trouble, and Melchizedek's brother...
Does someone have a bone to pick with you? That's a
She rolls her eyes. My brother... her brother, Lenharth... he didn't make it. We know that Karnath's corpse collectors had their way with the battlefield once the fighting was done. And so we were never able to recover his body. Lars now.
Oh, I've made that joke now.
She stares at you. And as now as she continues, host knows. His body may have been animated, or his bones built into that awful wall. Either way, I want you to find his remains as near as possible, and bring them back so we can put him to rest in a way befitting my wife's people. This box contains all we found. A few shards of crystal that he linked with his body and mind. It should glow in his presence, dead or alive.
I'm dead.
Okay then, I guess we will do
cremation
that. That would be a much better option.
Yeah.
Man, you missed my character saying burninate instead of just burned. A couple of sessions ago in the Saturday group.
Is anybody have any questions? Is it just me speaking to CM? Sorry, I had to clear my throat.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
The only thing I might ask is, on the off chance that he's reanimated, we don't want to annihilate their body too much. Do we have an idea what they look like? Even though they'll probably look much bonier now.
Bony is one way to put it. Anyway, if the corpse collectors had their way, you're unlikely to recognize him on sight. But he was a handsome man. Jet black hair, angular cheeks. His left brow was broken during his first victory on the battlefield, and he lost his eye shortly after. It's one thing we have in common. She points at her eye patch.
Yeah.
Your shifters? Oh no, the eye patch. Okay.
That is correct. Is anybody gonna? And this is where the other guy jumps in. You mentioned your wife and brother-in-law before. Who were they? MacLeod and Lan Horath are Kalishgar, like Lamakora. Their people came to the fine nations of Andor, a mountainous country in the distant continent of Salora. They're skilled with psionic magic. Many are quiet, peaceful people. Not him and her, though. So, why was he
I don't quite condone violence when talking about people like that, you know. That's not... Stay in school, kids. Don't do drugs.
And this is where the half elf says,
We didn't have schools in the Abyss.
God damn it, yeah!
How did you learn your whole...
Yes, there's schools for children!
So how did you learn your whole Smite thing? I'm curious. I learned Smite.
Parents taught us everything we needed to know.
You were
and then we learned ourselves as we fought against the demons within the wastes.
Dang, parents, the one thing I don't have. Thanks, though.
You're welcome.
See, now you triggered the poor person.
Not triggered, that was a joke. It's okay.
That was a joke?
Yeah, Bree. Bree, is there anything you want to say?
I'm just remaining quiet for now. Just make sure I keep my eyes on the mission.
And the half-elf asks, so why was your brother-in-law involved in the war? Laura answers,
because goddamn everybody was!
That's correct. Paris is right. We all were. My wife's family have been in Corvair for generations, and they were prepared to fight for their homes too. We were early in our career with the Clifftop Gilton, and we had everything to prove.
I was fighting for my home as well, which is why I signed on, but when the war ended out not so good, I kind of became disillusioned with it.
Anyone who didn't become disillusioned with it was a psycho who should probably not be a psycho anymore.
And with that, is everybody ready for their little heist?
Yeah, let's get it done.
Alright, just to let everyone know, each of you now have a flashback token. You know, in case if something goes wrong, you can, have a chance to turn things around in your favor. As long as it doesn't contradict, retroactively. Okay, here's what I've seen. Once during this adventure, each player may spend their flashback token to retroactively introduce one new narrative element to the story, corresponding to what you had done or prepared earlier, as long as it doesn't directly contradict something that has already been established.
Out of character, I immediately used mine to get out of this conversation.
Alrighty.
So wait, we can retcon things? Wait, what?
You can retcon in doing extra stuff.
Also known as, oh shit, I forgot. Yeah, I totally did a history check earlier.
I definitely took over a candle on the way out.
Alright, is everybody ready with their goofy ass heist?
guess so.
Alright,
I assume so.
switching music.
Okay, so I mean, come on. We need to be honest about what our heist music is. Let me pull up what our heist music definitely is.
Alrighty,
Thank
eager to have you show us. Really, the Benny Hill theme music again?
I killed it.
The Benny Hill theme music?
Oh!
Oh god.
I mean, for starters, the only person who wasn't for using the bureaucracy was Bree. And the fact that we're doing a heist with bureaucrats.
Hey, capitalism.
Anyway, is everybody ready?
Well, what we think our heist music is this. Whoops.
I mean, at best, we're probably at like Pink Panther.
That's exactly what I'm posting.
Of course. Anyway, moving on. Is everybody ready? Here,
Yep, I
There
guess
are
you
no
may as well
trees.
meet the bureaucrat.
here, there are no trees on the leaves, no wildflowers growing by the roadside. The grass is dried or rotten, and the stench of decay is carried by the wind from every direction. As you crest the barren hillside, four bones finally comes into view. The castle ivory walls stand in stark contrast to the blackened mount it is built upon. As you draw nearer, the grim reality of the fort's construction becomes apparent. Each outer battlement and tower is embellished with skeletal remains.
They really need a new exterior decorator.
Well, at least realize that when bone's dead, like, it's terrible building material. It gets more fragile and fragile. It's not going to resist a dedicated impact.
Yeah.
You say dedicated impact, and suddenly there's a turret next to apparatus.
What kind of cannon or turret?
The one that donks down walls the best, whichever one actually redeem.
Is it the fuck off one, the force ballista?
Fuck off one.
Wow, that's a creepy laugh.
All right, I'll tell you what the
I was expecting.
I'll tell you what it does. I'll tell you what it does. For the force ballista, you make a ranged spell attack originating from the cannon at one creature or object within 120 feet of it.
They get knocked back 10 feet.
5 feet.
Which means 5 feet.
Yeah, 5 feet.
Which means
and
if I went with the handheld version, I could have the noisy cricket from Men in Black.
That's what it was. That's what it was. Yes, and it does 2d8 points of force damage.
So while we're on our way, like, are we stopping by with any locals, or is there anyone to talk to on the way, or is it just staying with the bureaucrat?
You can roll an investigation check.
Well, because my idea is, even if we don't use the secret entrance to get in, we might need an escape route, and
That's a good idea.
that
is a good idea.
Let's talk with some locals. Hey, so we plan on invading a fort via secretive means, and shit might go south. Will you harbor us from a bunch of pissed off fucking undead?
I don't need them to harbor me. I'm just wondering if they notice any people going into odd sides of the building. That should be that difficult to find out.
Bree, what do you want to do?
I mean, I'll do an investigation check for it.
Alrighty.
Does the fort outsource its laundry work?
What a
Actually,
weird
that is a good point because with all the dead,
apparatus,
with all,
high-tech washing machine.
with all the dead.
Put me in a box and ship me. Let's do this.
Alrighty. Alright, shall we move on?
Can I retrain one of my known infusions to dishwasher?
No.
Or laundry?
No. No. Unfortunately, no.
Look, I've got washboard abs. Removes chest plate to see that he's got a
It's our
washboard.
new
They
and improved
don't have it.
model.
They don't have it.
Completely available.
So, a horn announces the arrival of the elves and thundering of whose own foes across the plains. 100 or more of the Valinor have mustered. The polished scimitars shine in the light, and they roar the challenge to the 4 bones. As you make your way while this happens, you still want to talk to the bureaucrat, right?
Yeah.
A coal-black carriage with scarlet trim is drawn at gentle pace by 2 pure black draft horses. At one window, a dwarf woman surveys the countryside with curiosity. Her skin is amber, her cheeks are flushed, her lips are painted crimson. Her hair is wrapped in a black headscarf, as she carefully sips on a porcelain teacup. You see that she's wearing a large green set with the blood drop symbol of all. Behind the ostentatious carriage, half a dozen retainers follow on horseback, talking among themselves. Most carry swords at the belt, or bows on the back. When the minister's carriage arrives at the gates of Fort Bones, the castle's the castle's ivory Procus rises quickly. She descends down the steps of her coach.
Say that again.
When the minister's carriage arrives at the gates of Fort Bones, the council's ivory.
Wait. So the bureaucrats are just gonna let us tag along? No introduction or anything. Just
Yeah. Actually, because
a bunch of heavily armed people are following a bureaucrat. Yep, that's gonna go well.
I would like each of you to make a survival check or a intelligence or an investigation check, whichever is higher. Whichever bonus is higher.
Good lord, it seems like all my good dice rolls are for coal only, because apparatus can't roll high unless it's a history check.
I got 21 on my survival check.
Yeah. Anyway, so she descends down the steps of her coach, just off her midnight robes, and meets 2 figures at the gatehouse: a tall human woman cocooned in plate armor, decorated with bone, and a pallid old man in the surgeon's coat. They give each other the details, then the park is close behind them. Okay, and you rolled a good enough and a what do you roll apparatus?
10.
That's actually good enough. Anyone
Okay.
else? Bree?
I got 13.
Bree, Finfire, Lonnie?
I mean, my passive is
What?
higher than most of those rolls anyway. It's
Yeah,
17.
Bree,
So
roll either a survival check or a investigation check, whichever is harder for you. In your case, it will be survival.
I rolled a
Alright,
3 on
would it be,
survival. Or on investigation.
So what die would I roll? Like
D20 plus 3.
Alright.
I got 13.
15.
All right, you managed to track down. No, you managed to track out the caravan. And while this goes on, the elven hordes part into groups of 5 to 10, spreading their numbers across the perimeter of the fort. Heedless to the danger of the Kornathi return fire, they circle in races around the walls, streaming their battles and testing the bone-covered walls with their spears and scimitars.
Turn to the bureaucrat. What the fuck is wrong with you?
And
You're going in
she,
to do...
you haven't
Alright.
approached her yet. It's just
it's like they're going in during an invasion by the Valinor?
they're
the
bold.
bureaucrat, they have to keep their schedule. It doesn't matter if it makes sense or not. I guess.
They're not the mail delivery service.
Well, if you
That
How
is
do you know?
nor
How do you know they
rain
aren't the
nor
mail?
threat of war.
Well, unless you have a certain courier, if they had a certain courier. Anyway, do you approach the caravan peacefully?
No, we immediately blow it up and set it on fire
So,
and smite it.
So in other words, you approach it peacefully, because it doesn't take account for blowing shit up.
Boom! Aye! That's our calling card.
A towering half-orc with stony gray skin leads the retainer's coach to intercept. One red resting on his sword belt, he places himself between you and the minister's carriage. State your business, travelers, he growls. The dwarf minister leans out of the window of her carriage. She takes a sip from the teacup and smiles. Oh, how proud of you to approach us. Would you know they may join me for tea? By the way, you heard the name. Her name was okay. I had to look at the Sarah Atoll, the Crimson Minister.
Just so you guys know, my cat is eating a dry bowl of honey bunches of oats, and I don't know why.
Bree, would you like to handle the getting us in the minister's good graces?
Bree, that's you. You have a persuasion trained. That's on you.
Alright,
I cast guidance on Bree.
it would be D20 plus, you have to bring up my sheet again.
Not to worry. I got the sheet ready. So your persuasion total is +5. You should be good.
Perfect.
All right.
I cast guidance.
So Bree enters the caravan. Anyone else wants to join him?
Then we're not going to leave him there alone, are we?
Yeah, bureaucrats
I hope not.
are the second greatest evil of the universe, so we must go and help him.
All right. So the rest of you enter the caravan. And say, oh my! I did not expect you to expect such a company here. And she introduces herself. And you are?
I'm Bree.
I'm an apparatus.
Oh, a warforge. Unusual to see one. To see one here. Normally we use the undead. She giggles and takes another sip of her tea.
Is she asking for all our names or just?
All your names.
This is Tim? Question mark.
Alright.
Paranoid, and that's not his real name.
Oh, so what? Bree, since you'll be doing the thing, what would you like to say to her, since you're basically the one with the second highest charisma and trained in persuasion?
I'll be right back.
Honestly, no.
Sorry, what? Sorry, Bree.
I'm just not
She
sure
said you'll be
what
right
I
back.
could say is what to persuade with.
You can just roll a persuasion check if you're not sure.
I rolled a 21.
Nice. And how would you say with that? Like, you can flatter her with words.
Will you help us break into the thing so we can steal something?
You did
Let's not phrase it like
Apparatus
that.
did not say that. Apparatus would be more than enough
Hey, there's a wink and a thumbs up. That should be enough.
And you're also with the Clifftop Ventures League. Is that right?
Absolutely not. Nope. No adventuring going on here.
We're just going for a stroll. If you would mind, could you please just allow us to go about our business?
And what business is that exactly? Oh!
Very
Well, that is a
Are you here to?
enthusiastic
Are you here
forward.
to? Are you to help me ensure my safety?
Sure.
Yeah.
She's talking to Bree. Yeah,
Yeah.
you pretty much
we are.
Yeah, you pretty much succeed on that check.
I'm back.
welcome back, Funfire. He has managed to talk his way to say some sweet words to her, and yeah. Oh. I see that Cliff has a reputation for character, and I'm pleased. She smiles. I have to ask you something. She picks up a ceremonial chalice and a pin. Just a drop of blood, if that would be okay.
Yep, sure, I'll give it.
She's not quite sure how to deal with it. Tries to. At least you're willing. Warforged?
That was sarcasm, but Warforged do bleed. It's a bit of
Blood and oil.
Alright, anybody else? Just a drop of blood. No harm, no foul.
Beep boop, stab the thumb.
Okay.
Orak doesn't trust.
I prick my finger on my fang and drip the blood.
Huh. That is unusual. Clever, too. Alright. You pour a little bit of blood into the chalice. Bree?
Yes, I do the same.
You prick your hand on the pin, and a little bit of blood, just like a little bit of blood, one drop, drip.
Congratulations, you have Hep C.
Alrighty.
I got much worse from my teeth.
Orak kind of like looks and says, "What exactly do you use this blood for?"
Only for no side effects or any sort of malicious intent. Just a show of trust. That is all.
It's their equivalent of a signature. But it's got better security, too.
Very well.
It's a lot harder to forge a drop of blood than it is to forge a signature.
I must ask, have you met any other orcs which may have provided blood to you before?
He
says as he's going around.
Oh, okay. What'd you say, Aura? Because there's some noise going on with Bree. Okay, okay. So what do you say?
I say I have to ask. Have you ever had orcs provide any blood to you before?
Yes.
Particularly a female one.
A female one? Not that I've heard. We had some female orcs who were guards with us before, as the original node, although a half orc. It should be like any other blood.
Very well, indeed.
And
he pricks a finger and provides a bit of blood.
And as you move outside, suddenly a group of Kanathi, not Kanathi, Valinar raiders, each riding on a horse, ran down by the ran by and like skirted in the tracks, looks at you, and bellows out the battle cry.
Alright, okay, I'm gonna put down the turret for real now, and it's gonna take the form of a Maxim machine gun.
Alrighty, so I would like everyone to roll initiative. I'm gonna copy and paste the music, so give me a second.
What is this bloody 7?
Modified 20.
Ambush!
13.
13.
Non-natural 20 for Aura.
Fen.
Unnatural 20.
Fen, or I would like you to roll another 20. Apparatus.
As soon as I find what his initiative modifier is.
Initiative modifier is +2. Their initiative modifier is +2.
21.
Surprise!
Well, I rolled a 15 on the second dice, so if it's included,
I rolled a 2 on the second die.
Alrighty, let me write in everything else. 1, 2, War. They cried out.
Yodel-a-yee-hoo, attack.
Pretty much. It's sudden, but you're kind of used to this kind of thing now. Okay.
He doesn't have the stats for his stuff here.
Yeah, they'll take this. The Warhorse will take the same turn as the Felnar Raider. So just to let you know. All right, we're gonna roll their initiative. Thank you, document for being very convenient. One of them rolled a 14, and the other rolled a 3, a natural 1. 3. Bree, what do you want for initiative?
Shadowhawk.
Alright, send a message on
Wait.
It seems our
DC.
dashing fighter has collapsed.
Oh no! Dashing savages come to take me and ravage me!
Sorry, I just disconnected from it.
Yeah, what do you want for initiative? Because suddenly, Felnar elves are attacking! How very
Alright,
convenient.
D20, I got 15.
Total 15, so that's a +1 for your initiative.
No, I forgot to roll the +1, so that was just make it 16.
So 16? Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And suddenly, everything turns to a quick contest. Let's see who wins. Arthritis, I believe you're up.
Alright, I crank the maximum machine gun, and 2 rounds go out.
So, what
Basically-
exactly are you doing?
Basically, cannon fires, and then I'm casting Firebolt, but I'm doing it through the
You don't have fire.
maximum machine.
Okay, so you're gonna
Wait,
one spell.
I don't have Firebolt?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I do! Firebolt's right there!
So you cast Firebolt?
Yep, and the turret fires too.
I'm pretty sure. Let me check. You can only take one. I think you're gonna use your Eldritch Cannon or Firebolt.
Let me go look it up for sure. Okay. Classes.
Yeah. So
basic
give him a minute. So is your cannon small or tiny enough to fit in the hand?
Like I said, I basically put, as soon as they started coming, I basically made a maximum machine gun.
So it's a small one. Okay. Yeah, and
Artillerist.
and the crit, and she's like, "We're under attack." Yeah, the dwarven woman is like cries out, "We're under attack!" And I believe she'll be okay joining you. So I'll roll her.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, so I make a range spell attack originating from the cannon. All right, so. Nat 20.
Damn. Okay, so
And
nat 20. So
Nat 17.
okay, so
Nat
roll
17 for
2d8, 2d8, and double that. For the force ballista, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's
2d8.
probably gonna blast the guy off his damn horse.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do I have no D8s in here? What the shit?
Oh, do you want me to roll d8s for you?
Oh, there's a D8. Just one that there used to be a lot more dice in this box.
your turret, your cannon, the barrel of the cannon flows for a minute, and it's like pew pew, flies across and straight into one of the raiders, knocks him right off the horse, and he falls down prone. Oof! 24 points of damage.
Yep.
Damn! And the horse and the Finnepack neighs, and scurries off.
Really? I thought it was gonna neigh like, "What's up, Willis?"
and starts to starts off to scurry off. Not scurry us off, but it's in a bit of it's kind of panic from their owner suddenly falling off. Would that be your turn?
I believe so. I don't think he can do anything with the bonus action.
Yeah,
are we stationary, or is this caravan moving?
You just got out of the caravan. Yeah, you got out of the caravan, and these raiders suddenly showed up to show that they mean business.
Okay, so they're circling us.
Yeah, two raiders so far. That would be your turn. So, Finfire, I believe you're up. Finfire.
What?
Finfire, you're next.
I thought Okra.
Oh, Okra. Yeah, Aura.
Yeah.
I got it confused. I misread. Sorry.
Okra?
Aura.
Aura.
Aurak. Thank you.
Aurak.
Thank you. Oh. I keep on missing.
The orc named Aurak.
Okay, how far away are these raiders?
Approximately 25 feet.
25 feet.
25 to 50 feet.
Okay. So you said one of the raiders has been knocked off his horse?
Yes. He is
he still alive?
prone. He survived. Took 24 points of damage. Knocked prone. And instead of being knocked 5 feet.
Okay, in that case, I'm going straight up to that one.
Alrighty.
And I am going to attack with advantage because he's prone, isn't he? So
Yeah. I do have the condition sheet somewhere. Alright, so where'd you go?
1 second.
Give me a second, too. Where I had it somewhere. Oh well. Alright. What?
Well, with the advantage, I rolled it on D&D Beyond, and I rolled a natural 20.
Alrighty, roll your damage.
What just fucking happened to you?
So,
has anyone seen the Joshua Wolf's thing on the greatest practical joke ever?
1 sec.
First he gets blasted off his horse, and then I'm very pissed off when it comes.
So, yeah,
It's right here. I got the pages right here. Alright, sorry about that. So, what did I miss? So, okay, so how much...
We're all pointing and laughing at the poor bastard.
Alright, so what do you roll for damage?
Because I rolled a natural 20, so that is 4d6 plus 4. Does he look very hurt, or does he look sort of hurt?
Sort of hurt.
Oh, in that case, I'm going to use Divine Smite then.
Oh.
Which also gets doubled, so bear with me 1 second.
You realize that's kind of overkill, right?
Do I care? No.
Because there's no kill like overkill.
Okay, so that is 3 4s and a 5, so that is 17 plus 4, which is 21 physical damage.
Bam! You're.
And these are. I take it these guys aren't undead.
They're not undead,
Correct.
no.
Shame. Oh, well.
Yeah. Bam! A burst of light goes through with the thing.
Okay, and with the Divine Smite, that is 14, 18, 21 points of radiant damage to go on top of that.
He practically exploded.
So he takes up.
He practically exploded just not from your weapon, but from your divine smite. As
Yeah, you kill him without the smite, dude.
you pretty much killed him, and the horse just like trots off, panicked, and
So after that happens, I just look at the raiders and they say, "Who wants some more?"
I do.
Cannon charges up.
Finfire, you up? Finfire?
Huh?
Alright, you're up.
I'd like to cast Firebolt.
At the remaining raider.
Yeah. Just open my mouth and fire a little bolt of fire.
Alright, roll your attack.
Got my breath.
Jesus, two critical hits in a row.
I know. I wasn't expecting that.
Why? Would you like to have 70-something points of damage to you in one turn? No? Too fucking bad.
Did you actually do anything? Nope.
Bend over, touch your toes. I'll show you where the damage goes.
Finfire, what'd you roll?
21 to hit.
That's a hit. Roll your damage.
10.
Alright. The fireball grazes him. Ah! that doesn't even hurt me.
Lies! That did damage.
Oh, he says it's an elvish. He curses and he likes it. Yeah, with a bit of an elvish. Does anyone understand elvish?
Nope.
Bree does. Bree understands elvish. But that's not important right now. So would that be your turn?
Yep.
Let's see who. Lonnie. No, Bree. I believe you're up next. What do you do? Would you like to either have your crossbow out, your hand axes out, or your sword and shield? Bree.
I think he's having his internet out.
Hate it when that happens.
Nope.
What do you say, Bree? Bree?
Getting a lot of feedback.
Yeah, Bree, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Alright, so there's one, like, a Valinor Elven Raider left. What do you do? And a Warhorse.
I try to take out the Warhorse first, just so I can make sure that,
Why you hit the pony?
Because that horse could potentially be used against us later, and I don't want to take the chance.
He could eat the horse.
What are we, the Punisher? Exploding babies for aiding and abetting of criminal?
Alrighty, so make your attack with your sword, right?
Wait, you're breaking up, Nord.
Oh, so you're gonna attack the horse?
Yeah.
Alrighty, roll your attack with your weapon.
Alright, D20, and I think it was like +3, was it?
Not +3, +7.
Oh.
Yeah, +7 because
Alright.
your strength modifier is 20, and your proficiency bonus is +2. So that means
Gotcha.
+7 total.
19.
That definitely hits. Roll your attack. So a D8 plus.
Oh, well, again?
Yeah, D8 plus 9.
+9?
No, +7, +7, yeah, +7, sorry. D8 plus
Why is it +7?
Yeah, the dueling fighting style gives him a +2 damage with a.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Alright, so I rolled again, and I got 23.
No, D8 +7. You're
Oh,
rolling
D8
damage.
+7. 12.
Yeah, you slash at the horse's leg, and its struggling to stand stably, stumbling while while its rider's like, whoa, easy there, easy. And is there anything else you'd like to do, or is that your turn?
I'll end my turn.
Alrighty, Lonnie, you're up.
All right, so there's one left at the injured horse. We are based off the caravan had just arrived at the place, or are we still in transit? Just double checking.
Yeah, the caravan right at the spot. You went in, you went out, and suddenly, Elven Raiders.
Okay, we seem to have this well at hand, so in some prep for later, I'm going to go ahead and cast Mage Armor, so I am well protected for the next 8 hours.
Ooh.
Then I'm going to go ahead and get into whatever looks like a safe spot for later turns, as far from the remaining raider as possible, so keeping him in line of sight for a potential firebolt in the unlikely event that he survives the next turn.
Yeah. So either you hide behind the caravan or behind the turret. Well, I mean the cannon.
I'm gonna hide behind the caravan because the turret could be disassembled soon anyway.
Alrighty. So you're like scurry upon, like take cover behind the caravan.
It does not represent our chutzpah, cojones, or cowabungaism.
Would that be your turn?
Yeah, that'll be it.
Lonnie, it's the dwarf's turn, by the way, and she will cast Nani, and she will cast inflict wounds. I'm gonna look that up.
Shindaru.
That's a melee spell. So who's
No, she basically. Let me check her spells real quick. Oh yeah, okay. So she's going to cast Bane at first level on the elf. So that means the Elven Raider must make a charisma save. Give me a minute.
Charisma, the dirty C word.
Mm-hmm. And rolled a 12, so that means he failed on his on the charisma save. Yeah, so that means. Yeah, so they'll have to roll for as a target. Yeah, sucks to be them. The Valinar stabilizes his horse. That's her turn. And the Valinar Elven Warrior stabilizes his horse and is going to attack you, Orc.
Really? Not the bastard who stabbed his horse?
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually,
the one that exploded his friend.
Bree attacks Bree with a natural 20.
You assume that Valinar elves have friends.
They do. And he rolled a natural 20 against Bree.
They have people to fight with.
On Bree. Well, yeah.
4, 5, 10.
Well, thanks, Bree. I mean,
12 points of damage as he
leaves.
leaves behind a nasty slash upon your armor. It's quite good, but you're still in the fight. You're still good. You got 40. You take 12 points of damage.
Out of his 40,000 hit points.
55 hit points, by the way. And it takes the bonus action attacks you, Aura.
How?
Two melee attacks, multi-attack.
Yeah, okay, that's
Well,
nice.
that's not a bonus. That's not a bonus action, but
But how do
multi-attack?
So he's already stabilized his horse.
That's bonus action.
Okay, then move and then attacking him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And does a 16 hit?
no, it does not. My armor class is 17.
Yeah, you deflect with your maul easily enough. And that ends his turn. Apparatus, you're up. Again.
Boom!
Are you knocking this guy off the horse again?
Yes! Hey, you don't get to attack my acquaintance. And then... Apparatus intelligence... Does a 22 hit?
Yes.
I mean, facetious. I know a 22 hits.
Yeah.
Okay, how much damage?
For 12 points of damage, and he's blasted off his horse.
Yep. Whatever happened to his friend also happens to to him. Knocked off his horse, landed on his ass.
Yes, so you attacked the horse for nothing, dude. That was rude.
Maybe it was the bad horse.
Would that be your turn?
Yeah.
Aura, I believe your turn is up. Your turn.
Yeah, I think you know what I'm gonna do.
Another smite. Oh boy.
Well, no, it's the let's see the advantage.
Here, little paladin, let me teach you about spell slots. You mean might batteries?
Okay, it's not a natural 20, unfortunately, this time, but it is a 24.
That hits.
Okay.
He may not be getting crit over and over this like his buddy, but god damn, everyone's pretty accurate.
Okay. There's a 6 and a 2. I'm going to re-roll the 2. Okay, so it's a 6 and a 5, so that's 11 plus 4, so 15.
Bam! You hear like a crack in his chest as like, oh, 15, right?
Yep, 15 points of damage.
Yeah, he's not having a good day.
Have you had enough?
He spits in your face.
Give him the chair!
Okay. Is there anything I can do for a bonus? Nah, not really. Okay, in that case, that's it. I'm just standing over him.
Benfire, you're up.
I guess I move up and attack with my scimitar.
Scimitar fight. Okay. Roll your attack.
It's with advantage, don't forget.
With advantage, yeah.
Good thing, too.
What'd you roll?
23 to hit.
That's a hit.
8 damage.
Alrighty. You tried to get a stab at him. You got him good, but he's still breathing. He's not long now.
You're breathing. That needs to be fixed.
I believe that ends your turn. If there's anything else,
Nah, I'm good.
Bree, you're up. You got a panicking horse and a raider who's flat on his ass. What do you do?
I attack the raider while he's down. That way I get the best opportunity to attack him.
Alrighty, roll with advantage.
Is he melee? Are you doing a melee?
Right?
He's gonna stab do the Kuba draw on the raider. Yes.
So
That is a melee, right? Because
Yes.
ranged, he actually has disadvantage.
That's true. But he's attacking melee, so advantage.
yeah, I'm saying no. So I use the D8 or D20.
D24. D24. The attack plus roll twice. Pick the higher result, and add a D plus 7 to your attack.
I got 16.
That hits. Roll your attack. Oh, roll your damage. Roll your damage.
11.
D8. You finish up with a step to the chest. And it's like, he coughs blood, and he expires.
Yeah.
I shoot him again.
I'll end my
Disadvantage.
turn on that.
Son of a bitch with disadvantage because he's prone and dead. Because the higher of the two rolls was a nat 20. So does a 19 hit his corpse?
Yes. You pretty much like blasted off a part of that poor guy's head.
Blondie's just behind the carriage going, but why?
Come try out the turret. It's fun.
Alrighty. I would like everyone to switch back to the to Oppressive Gloom. You hear like someone applauding, and it's like, "Well done, well done." If you haven't earned my trust, then you have now. Please, come with. Please go with me.
Is anybody hurt?
I don't think.
Bree's hurt.
Yeah.
How hurt?
Took a 12. He took 12 points of damage.
Yeah, that's getting a cure. Oh, healing pat on the back. For 8 health.
Alrighty. If you use a bit more reinvigorated, Bree, you're at 51 hit points.
How much wounds does he have remaining?
4.
4. Okay, I'll give him a light tap in the back and give him 4 hit points worth of lay on hands.
Alrighty.
As you both pat his back. There. Nice kill. But you shouldn't have stabbed the horse.
The horse is like. And meanwhile, the horse runs.
I don't care about the horse.
The horse runs away, limps. Oh, more like limping. By the way, just to let you know, you have the opportunity to take something from one of the Valinor corpses to frame them for this infiltration you're pulling off, or heist.
They're both giblets.
One of them is.
That'll make it easier to search.
One of them's exploded. The other one just got slammed with the maul, stabbed with the scimitar, and
shot 3 times.
Yeah.
Twice by the cannon, once by firebolt.
He's got to be pretty happy because wow, that was a kill. Embarrassing, but damn. So, do you take something to indicate that it was them that stole the Queen of Night?
Yeah, the corpse.
I don't think a corpse would do. Maybe something like a piece of cloth or one of the weapons, perhaps?
I'm pretty sure a dead Valinor elf inside the fort is enough evidence that there were Valinor there.
I would...
On the other hand, what I was going to point out, on the other hand, a corpse there is one speak with dead away to disprove that they were the one that took it.
I shot off his head.
You can make it. They could always make a ghost.
He still has this one of. They still have some arrows left. It clearly indicates that it was made by them.
I'll swipe the arrows.
Yeah. She hasn't. The dwarf hasn't seen you, so you're safe. Do you make your way inside?
I mean, still reading about it. They were planning on attacking the fort. It's not like he's going to know whether or not they failed. Alright,
now that you made your way past, way inside, the thunder of boots and the rattle of bones echo through the darkened hallways. The Khans prepare the defenses against the Valinor. The captain sparks her orders to the living and the dead. Among most of the soldiers, she directs her skeletal warriors. Humans and dwarves gather as well, armed and ready. I also would narrate 2 events, so just to establish your options. Captain Dorn, we splendid in shiny bone armor, strides through the courtyard before a score of skeletal soldiers. The stench of decay carries on the wind, except for you, apparatus. You don't smell anything. Though the assembled living Khans don't seem to mind. Sharia Al-Tol, the inspector from Ator, follows behind the captain and inspects each skeleton with glee. Most impressive, Captain. She applauds, and Captain Dorn bows with her head in thanks. My superiors and Ator will be glad to hear your fight of forces worthy of Garnarth. I think we can be certain that they honor the divine sacrifice of the fallen. An elderly man in a practical black robe steps forward from the crowd. He slings back his thin white hair and salutes the dwarf, Sahara. You are most kind, sister. They both laugh, as if sharing a joke. I should like to see the officers' quarters, if you please. I know the Feonar are likely to tire themselves momentarily, so I trust you join me when that ugliness has passed. Shira asks sweetly. Captain Corn is quick to select a living private from the crowds. Private, make sure the rooms are prepared for our guest. The captain presses the ring of keys into the soldier's palms, and she barks orders to lead the Seahawks to the walls.
I know this is going to be pretty redundant, but I'd like to cast Divine Sense and check any undead in the area.
Yes.
Yes, because they're already undead all around you. It would overwhelm your divine senses.
Ah! Stop!
Someone looks at you funny. Why would you do that when there are zombies around? Duh.
I thought about doing the same with Detect Magic, but then I realized it's a magical cast.
Uh-huh.
I don't get to use it often and to have it succeed, so I thought I might as well.
I mean, it succeeded this time, so yay.
From around the corner, you hear two people arguing, making a poor attempt at keeping quiet. Don't forget yourself, civilian. Dorn barks in contempt, straining her voice. Remember who holds command here. All I'm saying is that you need to allow me more time with the Queen. Man replies more calmly, sweetly, and continues. His power is fast, yes. By carrying so much, it will kill you. The captain laughs. There are worse fates, my friend, as you well know. Isn't what they call you kind? Perhaps, he whispers. But we both know the importance of my rights. Share the Queen's power. Else this fort is doomed again.
Could you say that again, please?
Perhaps, he whispers. But we both know.
Which one is talking right now? You're using the same voice for both of them, and I got kind of.
Yeah, you forget yourself, civilian. Dorn barks in contempt, straining her voice. Remember who holds command here. All I'm saying is, you need to allow me more time with the Queen. A man replies more calmly, sweetly, and continues. Its power is vast, yes, but carrying it so much will kill you. Captain laughs. There are worse fates, as you well know, my friend. Isn't that why they call you kind? Perhaps, he whispers, but we both know the importance of my rights. Share the Queen's powers, else this fort is doomed again. My plans remain unchanged. Her voice windows as a pair of moves off the corridor. You'll be in the crypts after my prayers, as usual. So, you have two options before you now. Key, or you have two options. Find out about the schedule, or you can steal some keys. Bree?
Split the party?
Bree.
If we're splitting the party, then we need to change it to Benny Hill.
I don't think we're doing that.
Alright, so, Bree, are you there?
Yes, I'm still here.
You hear everything that was that transpired?
I think I caught a good deal of it. Could you repeat a little bit of it so I could make sure I heard it?
So basically, two people are arguing about the Queen of the Night artifact, arguing about its use and stuff like that. The other, it's just a basic routine with the captain giving a private arena keys.
So someone gave a private keys. I'm sorry though.
Arena keys. Yes, the captain Dorn. A woman in bone armor. It gives a private some keys.
Any of us even remotely stealthy?
I know I'm not.
Well, this is gonna be fun.
I'm certainly not.
There is a way how we could get the key from the one guy and keep him out of our hair for 8 hours.
I got a +3 to stealth.
What is this way to keep him out of our hair for 8 hours?
Well, he doesn't seem the brightest, so I could use suggestion on him, and with spell secrets have it target his probably not great int save, and then tell him that he needs to let us borrow the key for a bit because he has to spend the next 8 hours cleaning all the armor in the armory.
Yeah. So I will. So whoever is going after the keys, I would like you to roll either survival or investigation, whichever is higher for you.
Right, 26 investigation.
All right. You managed to track the custodian down in the utilities room.
What? Wait, why are we going after the custodian?
For the keys.
Back then, didn't mean we were actually. Okay, I guess
The
we're doing
previous
this.
is if Lonnie wants to go on their own, if that's on their own, that's one option. You can split the party. Lonnie, are you okay going on your own, or do you need someone to accompany you?
I mean, I was assuming we were all moving as a group. In general, it is a fortress, and getting cut off just means a dead no.
No, okay.
I will go with Lonnie.
Fortress. How are we going to move around stealthily at all?
I'm not even trying.
You just
They're probably going to put an escort to us.
yeah, pretend you're just like you're just pretend you're like just like hanging around, basically.
Just look like you belong here, and we'll be fine.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're all a little too alive for that.
They have living people here. It's not all undead.
Karnathi living people. Last time I checked.
Well, look a bit more ill-tempered, and you'll be fine. See, you're already doing a good job.
Yeah, Apparatus seems a little ill-tempered than usual. Was had a bad day before. Anyway,
I
just look
volunteer to
alive.
go with Lonnie.
Yeah. So,
Thank you,
Fire.
Fenfire.
I'm not a warforged. This is my very specific suit of plate armor.
It's got
Yeah.
an armor to be exact. Very specific.
No. It's plates with scale on top for extra protection.
Right. So, Lonnie and Fenfire.
Apparatus could always sell himself as the next upgrade of skeleton.
That's true. Or wait, I got it. The obvious thing. They're a ghost-possessed suit of armor.
Yes.
It's so advanced that
What?
detect undead doesn't even work on Apparatus.
What?
This is all very disturbing to Ulrich, by the way.
Yeah.
Anyway, Lonnie and Fenfire, you arrive at the in the utilities room. A man is stacking sheets in a small, dimly lit room between the soldiers' dorms and the officers' quarters. Excuse me.
I guess the apparatus could also be a dishwasher. Or
He is whistling a
laundry.
jaunty tune as he works. A shining ring of keys dangles from his belt, fastened with a wolf-shaped clip.
Okay, I guess since we're here, I guess my plan's a go. It's time to do suggestion.
Okay, let me
Before you do that, I'd like to cast guidance.
This isn't. Well, I guess it could have a skill check if
Alright, I'm gonna make a
extra
wisdom
believable.
saving throw.
I'm going to use spell secrets to make it target. Let's see, what's they're just regular guard, right?
Let me check. Just a dimly lit room. He's the only one there aside from you. Natural one, by the way.
Okay. Well, he gets to enjoy spending he's going to enjoy giving us the key and spending the next 8 hours polishing armor.
All right. He nods. I think I'll do that. He says,
Wait,
and gives
wait,
it.
It's very important.
We need an up-to-date map.
Do I see the map in here?
Yeah.
Up-to-date map.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to think. Trying to find it. You're in. Yeah, the utilities room. It's. Yeah, funny. Okay. Should be good. Yeah. Anyway, the custodian gives you the keys and walks off to the armory, where he spends the next several hours, shining, polishing some armor, bone armor to be exact. So, but even though it will look bony, it will look really shiny. Good for morale too. Meanwhile, Aura, Bree, what do you do? Because you need to know when is best time to find where and when to take the artifact.
Best time to do it would probably be at night, where there would be the lowest amount of visibility.
Well, it is.
Yeah, but if we're dealing with Maybar stuff, that's probably the worst time.
We've been given rooms, haven't we?
Yeah, kind of. And
What?
you came upon
Okay, so I guess...
okay, Bree and Aura, you're in the common room. Trying to pretend you're just trying to be trying to blonde here. And Bree's forces accompany the warmth and light of the hearth in the common room. Are you kidding me? I don't care if a few elves are trying to the walls again. I need my steak. Fine. Another voice sighs. Well, you're heading up straight back out there, or the captain ain't paying us in full again. Don't get me wrong, boss. I'm eager to test my blade. Just show me something worthwhile to point at it. Point it at. The elves never get inside.
Point it at the stake. Show it who's boss. I shout from the other side of the fort.
Apparatus, are you with Lonnie and Fenfire, or with Bree and Aura?
Actually, I'll be with Lonnie. I'll be with No. That's right. I was with the custodian.
Uh-oh. Give me a second. Is everybody hearing me just fine?
Yep.
I hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I seem to have had a bit of connection issue, so give me a second while I... There we go. Okay, so far so good. Had a bit of a lag spike. Should be good now.
Alright.
Alright, so... Bree, Aura, what do you want to do?
Or kind of feels completely out of his element here, but it was going to just basically go along with what the others tell him to do.
So Bree, that's
Same
up.
for me, because
I
I'm
don't
much
look
more
like
talented
Paladin.
at fighting
Bree,
than
Bree's
healing.
talking. Bree, what do you say?
I said, yeah, I agree with Auric, because my talents are much better at fighting than stealing.
On the other hand, you are trained in persuasion and intimidation. Perhaps you can talk your way with talk with the mercenaries.
Okay, exercising the silver tongue, I could do that.
Yeah. So how do you say to the soldiers as you approach?
I try to go and persuade them to be able to allow us to pass.
Pass where?
Alrighty. So
Specifically, I try to persuade them so that way I can draw attention away from the group, so that they can go and
make a
try to be
persuasion
able
check.
to get to the artifact.
Yeah, I'm gonna help him with that.
You make some friendly talk with
Okay,
with the mercenaries.
D20 plus 3, I believe.
D20 plus 5.
Yeah. Alright.
So what do you roll?
19.
Alrighty. They seem to appreciate.
I rolled 19.
Yeah. Oh, hey. Good to see another friendly face around here. Oh, another one the mercenary said.
Oh, likewise. I always like seeing people in this profession.
Yeah. You a soldier?
Oh, I was a soldier, mercenary now.
He looks at your armor. Come with Kyrie. Or Seer, I can
new armor.
never get the pronunciation right. He mutters himself.
Do they take any notice of the big?
Time pronouncing it.
They take any notice of the big orc?
Kyrie and people from Berlin pronounce it as Kyrie.
Alright.
Rest of the continent tends to either pronounce it as Seer or Sire.
Alrighty, so
Something that annoys people who are British.
hey, we got so we got one of the timetables over there. If you want to look, no one's stopping you. And you go over and check out the timetable. I'll gotta paste it here. Litany of the Captain of Bones. To men, only in emergency with with emergency on the with emergency underlined. So you take a look.
Now, is do not disturb the captain without proper cause. Is proper cause we want his stuff?
Her stuff.
Her stuff.
6 o'clock, breakfast. 6:30, prayers. Crypts, do not disturb. Direct command, battle. 7 o'clock. Direct command, battlements. 11 o'clock, reception, war room. 1 o'clock p.m. Direct command, battlements. Prayers. Crypts, do not disturb. Executive duty, 4 o'clock p.m. quarters. And after that, 5 o'clock p.m. direct command, battlements. 7 o'clock p.m. prayers. Crypts, do not disturb. 7:30 p.m. officers' mess hall. 10 o'clock p.m. Prayers. Crypts, do not disturb. And 11:30 recuperation.
10:30, not 11:30.
Yeah, 10:30. Yeah, I misread it. Oh. So you got the schedule down. So it looks like there'll be so what you all know is that the best times to go to the crypts and find the artifact is goes from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. 4 p.m. to 8 to approximately 6 p.m. 7:30 p.m. To 9:30 p.m. and close to midnight.
Or we go in specifically when they're praying, beat the shit out of them while the rest of the fort is specifically not disturbing them. So basically we can go take out a bunch of people without fear of reinforcements.
Right. So you know that the Queen Knight can be taken from the crypts while Captain Dorn has it in storage. So is everybody ready? When do you think is the best time to take the artifact from the crypt?
As soon as the fort is under attack.
The fort is already under attack.
Like under attack at large.
It is already under attack.
All right. How about we wait
It's
until
noon on a Thursday. Of course, it's under attack.
How about
Well, at that point, if it's currently noon, we still have like 2.5 hours before they're going to be in there doing the prayers. So we have time.
3.5 hours.
Another option is if we definitely want to make it look like Valnar coming in, we go in when they're praying, we kill them all, and then we stab them with the arrows we took.
That is not apparatus would do, I believe. Anyway,
If we're trying to plant evidence, and our evidence is arrows, then we should plant it in the faces of people.
Well, I have an idea. It's a good idea, I think. We have these flashback tokens.
already. So what are you gonna do with them?
So, there's undead throughout the whole place. We very likely, before we even met the minister, we'll maybe run into 1 or 2 patrols, and we could have like ambushed one and get like maybe 1 or 2 undead pieces.
Alrighty.
And we'll have that to go ahead and plant at the location when we get the ring alongside the arrows.
Alrighty, that will work. Is everybody, I think that will work. Is everybody ready to move on? That's your flashback token, so that's it.
So now I have some undead pieces in my inventory I didn't have before. Good.
Alrighty.
Oh, I used mine to be able to do a turret again. Because it turns out, no, I never used a turret. I just used firebolt that knocked people off their horses. Yep.
Except that directly
that's not gonna
contradicts
work.
what was observed.
Your flashback token isn't used. That doesn't arouse suspicion.
Wait. Okay, so I thought we could use it as long as it doesn't... As long as it doesn't make, basically, the story impossible.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
we still could have easily killed those 2 raiders without me blasting them off their horses.
Okay, fine. Alright. Are you ready to move on to the next scene?
Yep.
Alrighty. It's around 12 o'clock, 12:30, and the doors to the officers' quarters open into a reception room. Decorated in dark wood, paneling, and red velvet. A hearth is roaring, currently warming a kettle. A porcelain tea is set neatly upon a low table toward the center of the room, surrounded by cushioned armchairs. The other doors surround the communal space. To the left, a pair of doors marked with the plagues, Captain of Bones, and Collector-in-Chief. To the right, a great stone...
Collector-in-Chief?
Collector-in-Chief, yes. To the right, a great stone and a sealed door is set with a dozen skulls. But there is no apparent handle.
There's tons of handles. We just stick our fingers through the eye sockets.
Everybody's past perception is higher than 12, so you notice that there's a gap in the vault door for a 13th skull. Closer inspection also revealed a verse carved into the skulls. Hollow eyes await, a festival of life and death. They seek the darkness.
I cast magic missile at the darkness.
If you're curious, if you're a little, if you're stuck, you can roll either an Arcana or a Religion check.
I'll do Arcana.
Yeah, I'll do an Arcana check real quick.
Is it 26, I think?
Arcana or what?
Or Religion.
I suck at both of those.
Yeah, 26.
17 Arcana.
I'll see if I got with the 26. That'll work.
The darkness, in this context, it often refers to necromancy, and indeed is a magical practice closely linked to the plane. So, with that in mind, what do you do? Lonnie, you still have that piece of undead
take
skull,
a look
right?
around and see if we can get some contact. I sure do.
You can use that. You still have that little.
How serendipitous.
Oh, right? That's what I was thinking earlier. It's like, well, but you didn't specify what kind of bones. We probably need a specific skull.
As the final. Okay, this skull is this music is kind of unusual. It's not from YouTube, but give me a second. I swear I had this around before. There we go. This is a little unusual, so please at 25% again. I'm gonna copy it. It's something that that you download. So give me. I got this from a different website. Okay, so go with the theme. I'm gonna play the music here. Okay. Everybody ready?
Yep.
As the final skull is slided into place, The fourth door slides inwards, revealing a spiral staircase down into the depths beneath 4 bones. The walls are cold. Are cold stone, and the torches burn with a dim blue hue. At the bottom of the stairs, the space opens up to the vast crypt. Its walls are decorated with bones of all shapes and sizes. Countless side rooms are stacked with bodies of foreign and Carnarthi soldiers in various stages of decay. In the middle chamber, an array of stone coffins surround a central plinth. In a senior place, a private place, is a checkered conqueror board, with pieces set ready for a new game. Towering above the pieces and draped in shadow, the Queen of Night sits central on the black side of the board. And before you...
Alright. I'm gonna just...
Yoink!
As you approach the Queen of Night, you hear movement in...
What was that?
Oh, did...
I'm going to do as quickly as I can, just beg of holding all that stuff in.
As you approach the Queen of Night, you hear movement in the side chamber. Then notice a steel gauntlet
Oh yeah, I love me some chess. I'll give you all the chess.
emerging from a mountain of discarded bones. A second gauntlet follows, and then a steel construct appears from within the heap. Its faceplate is shaped into a skull, and crystal ivory spines run down its hunchback. Several skeletons are impaled upon the construct's back, dangling uselessly. Blue flames in the construct's eyes.
Great Lord Nito!
In the construct's eyes brighten alarm, and it shovels forward to strike. I would like everyone to roll initiative and start the combat music.
Sunfire rolled 10.
I rolled a 17. Inquiry. How long are we going to continue?
Okay, 17 for Lonnie, 10 for...
Yeah, it's getting kind of late for me, so...
Yeah, I'll make this quick as I can.
15 for apparatus.
Okay,
3?
I rolled a 4.
Oof. 3?
Yes?
3, what'd you roll for initiative?
Alright. Checking it now. D20, right?
D20 plus 1, your dexterity modifier. You're gonna face it against a big ass bone dude thing.
18.
Oh ho ho! Okay, so I'm gonna roll for the bone collector, and it's gonna roll a 5. So, 3, you're up first. No, wrong one. Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, you're up first. 3,
Yeah?
you're up first.
Yeah, I did, my D20, it was 18.
No,
Yeah,
Initiative.
it's your turn.
D8.
it's your turn.
Yeah, sorry. 4.
For what?
Your
What are you
attack.
doing?
Yeah, for attack.
You still have your inspiration, do you?
I don't use an inspiration. If you roll 4, inspiration ain't gonna do jack shit for helping you hit.
No.
Well, no,
if-
it allows him to re-roll the dice.
Oh, I thought it added.
No, that's bardic inspiration.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
would you like to spend an inspiration?
Yeah, I'll use it.
Alrighty. Roll another. Make another roll.
I got 8.
Add
8 plus.
to it.
8 plus 7. Yeah.
8 plus.
All right. You still have your action points. 7 total. If you spend an action point, roll d6.
Alright, I'll use the action points then.
Alrighty. Roll d6.
5.
That brings that to a total of a dirty 20. That hits as while Okay, so roll your damage. So D8 plus 7.
All right. 15.
Yeah.
No.
Although you thought you might miss, but a lucky strike, a lucky hit managed to just like scrape on the bones of this giant thing.
Awesome.
Lonnie,
All right, I think I'll conclude my turn on that.
Lonnie, I believe you're up.
All right, big bony creature. I'm gonna light you up, sweet cheeks. Spell secrets on Scorching Ray to convert it to radiant damage, and that's 3 attack. That's 3 attack rolls for 3 rays.
Laser beams.
So that's a 23, a 19, and a 25.
Each of them a hit.
That's going to be a lot of damage.
There you go. All right. So how many points of damage?
All right, that's going to be a total of 23 radiant damage.
Nice. Nice. As the laser beams just like zip across and then like landed on the bone collector. Bits of its bones just like pew pew. That's impressive. Would that be your turn?
And then I'm going to go ahead and use a move action to try to get closer to the door. I don't think we want to spend too much time down here. It is a crypt, so I'm going to move in that direction as much as I can.
Alrighty. I believe that's your turn, right? So.
Yep.
Apparatus, you're up.
The chess game is over because I took king, and I take the king piece, and then I take the rest of the pieces, put it in my bag of holding, and then I
You can use catapult with the chessboard. And
What?
You have catapult, right?
I'm not throwing the pieces. And then, anyway, but I
Yeah, but if you pick the right piece, it might be an insta-kill.
Just so I know, it's a skeleton. So I'm just giving you the hint. So
alright, fine, I'll cast catapult and chuck the pieces.
how since you're artificer, how would you describe the spell?
As apparatus goes to pick up the board, all these tiny little mechanical arms come from various bits, pick up all the pieces individually, and we all yeet together.
It's going to make a tech save. That's a 14 made it?
While I pocket the one piece we need.
No, it doesn't make
14
it.
does not.
Alrighty. Roll, I believe it was the 3d8. Yeah, 3d8. Holy crap, 3d8. And double that since...
Okay. And then double it, you said?
Yeah, it's pretty much doubled.
42.
Bam! It cracked his head. Somehow the board managed to get embedded right between the eye sockets. Have 42 points of damage, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and a roar.
Everything but the one piece we need got chucked. The other one I pocketed.
Oh, okay. The collar. Here's for you, apparatus. The collar appeared to drain from the world. You feel the hunger of the artifact, its will, seeking to consume and destroy.
It goes in the bag of holding.
And reaches deep inside and leaves wood within your heart. A cold darkness that you sense must be fed. I'm gonna have
It still goes in the bag of holding.
still, I would like you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Woo! Da 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 da.
Yeah, plus 7.
Wait, why is it plus 7? Here it says
Yeah,
it's plus 3.
plus 7 is your Constitution saving throw.
What?
You-
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong. I don't know why, but it will switch back to my character. Okay, so plus 7. Ow, no. Roll. So, can't see. I can't do the maths. Dirty 20. I almost said 19.
You managed to resist its curse.
Sweet. It still goes back in the bag of holding.
Alrighty, who's next?
I ain't trusting that in my pocket.
Ben, you're up.
Alright. So we got a bad guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the chessboard sticking out of his forehead. Well, less sticking out and more of completely impaled through.
Impaled, yeah. Yeah, and little bits of electric chest pieces
And
are
bits
stuck in
of
his
chest-
chest, or like are impaled in his chest. So, Ben, what do you do?
You guys feel like this is something a hold person would work on?
Sorry, what'd you say?
How does hold person work?
Hold person only works on humanoids, so you would.
This is humanoid. It's a humanoid construct.
No, large
Yeah,
construct.
but it's a construct. That's
It's
the
a large
problem.
construct.
Oh, as in the humanoid type.
Alright, then,
You are you're a member of the Circle of Wildfire, so you can do something that burninates everything.
yeah, but I don't want to burn down my friends.
Lava.
We're in a crypt. It's most likely made of stone and other materials. It's not like we
Not only that, we have a lot of healing. It's called splash damage. We can either shut the fuck up, or we can wind to a cleric. Or, well, no. Whoever casts heal. Big apparatus has cure.
Cure wounds. Most of you have healing capabilities, and
I'm just gonna cast, Firebolt at it.
alright, roll your attack.
20.
That's a hit.
And 3 damage.
Alrighty, it's just pretty much. Whoop.
Purple breath.
Yep. Alright, and on its bonus action, the Bone Collector will summon roars with summons the enslaved spirits of those whose spirits have been added to the body, and 2 shadows arise in occupied space with arise nearby.
You're getting very robotic.
Very robot-y.
Yep, it summons some spirits. And with them, they're gonna roll their initiative. Natural 1 for one of them. And the other rolls an 8. They'll be going on the next thing. And it will attack Bree again. Okay.
Yep.
It's going to slam its fist on you, Bree, so heads up. Does a 26 hit? I'm sure it does.
Do
so
spirits have the 50% mischance
I'm sorry.
when we attack with non-magical weapons?
You can attack it just fine.
Oh, so do I take an initiative or action against him?
No, you.
You get Smith, take damage.
Or you can use a reaction to use one of your maneuvers. I'm gonna see if you have any.
Because I heard like you again through the headphones.
No, it's okay. It's only a miss attack. So your
maneuvers is what I prefer to use.
And you take.
Shit! I just.
Oh, you're breaking up, Nord.
Ah, shit. Okay, so it hits you for 5 points of damage. As like slams into your body with one of its fists. All right, give you a second. Is everybody good? Alrighty, we're good. I hate when it like lags out like this. So
Yep.
give me a second.
Yeah.
It's been causing some problems like
Sorry,
this.
guys.
So, and it's going to make another attack against you.
Everybody
Bree, are you
can
catching
say
this?
that a lot- much longer.
And misses. Would you like to make a repost?
With how late it is for some of us, and how late.
We're actually almost done with this.
Were you saying for me to make a
You can make a repost as part of your reaction.
Do you want to repost because the dude missed?
Yeah, I'll repost.
All right, make an attack, and
Yeah, I'll try that.
okay, make a repost, and yeah, make a use by one superior die, and make an attack. Oh God. Okay, so give me a second. I seem to have some problems, so I'm gonna put the poof.
Anything happening?
Okay. Everyone good? Yeah, everyone's good. Everyone's is good. So, what'd you roll, Bree?
Oh, sorry. I rolled a 15.
Oh, total 15.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, while you managed to sidestep out of the second slam, it managed to you swing and it's a miss. That'll be its turn. Orc, I believe you're up.
Okay. So let's see. Okay, as a bonus action, I am going to cast Searing Smite.
Searing Smite? Oh no, not again, not again.
Searing Smite.
Okay, Searing Smite.
That.
Okay, I'm gonna pause the music.
That.
Okay, see if that changes anything. That kind of does. So, Searing Smite. Okay.
Yep. And then I'm going to attack.
Alrighty, make your attack. Alright, seems to be good so far. Uh-oh, who left? Lonnie. Lonnie left. Uh-oh.
Our gnome tripped. We can't see them now. They're too short.
They're a gnome?
Yes! Lonnie's
See, the only one you identified by race was Apparatus, who I already know.
Yeah, Apparatus the
And
gnome.
and tall as shit.
Okay, do you want me to wait till he comes back to roll, or?
You're good. I think you're good. Should be a bit till
Okay, I rolled a 22.
That hits.
Okay.
Roll your damage.
Okay, which means he gets an extra because of Searing Smite.
1 million d8 points of damage.
It gets an extra. It takes a 1d6 fire damage, and he needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution, you say?
Oh no, wait. Okay, so the attack deals an extra 1d6 fire damage to the target and causes the target to ignite in flames. At the start of each of its turns until the spell ends, the target must make a Constitution saving throw. But it's not his turn yet.
It rolled a dirty 20.
Well, no, it doesn't do it now. It does it. It does it at the start of his. But you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna. I'm. Actually, is this a undead or a
Undead, definitely
or
undead.
just a construct?
Oh, it's a construct.
Oh, in that case, but it's undead. So I'm going
Technically.
to.
Technically.
Well, it's either undead or not. If it's undead, then I'm smiting because I get extra damage on
Yeah,
undead.
the shadows are, I believe.
Yeah, but I'm hitting the construct, so I just want to check whether
It says that it's a construct, so not really undead. Sorry.
Okay, in that case, no, I'm not going to smite.
Is it made out of? Well, is it animated through necromancy? Because at that point.
Anyway, so what do you will? What's the damage?
Okay. Well, for the physical damage, I've got to reroll 2. Physical damage is 10.
Okay.
And the Searing Smite is another 4 points of damage, and it is on fire.
All right, 39. It is now on fire as you smash more of its bone, more of the bones, and all the bones that used to belong to someone else. Would that be your turn?
Yeah, that will be my turn.
Alrighty, I'm going to skip over the shadows because they've just been summoned. Hey, Lonnie, what's up?
Had an outage.
Oh, yeah, same here. And I believe Ree goes first. Ree?
Yep.
What do you do now?
Let's see. Options that I have.
You could just... You're a fighter, so you stab things. And slash things.
I think I'll use the flash things then.
Okay, so just a regular attack?
Yeah, regular attack.
Okay, roll your damage. Roll your attack. And you're also surrounded by 2 shadows.
Yeah, I'm doing a 24.
24 hits on the big bone collector, the big bone dude.
Yes, him.
All right, roll your damage. D8 plus 7, I believe.
11.
11. It starts to calm it down as another strike hits it. Would that be your turn? Is there anything else you need to do?
Yeah, I'll conclude my turn.
Apparatus. Apparatus, you're up. Apparatus?
And I'm looking through the abilities. See what would be most useful against this schmuck.
You have 2 more spell slots for level 1.
It takes a whole action to do that. Okay, what does Thunder Wave do?
Thunder Wave, I'll look it up.
I think that's a shockwave that blasts everybody around you.
Yeah.
Close range.
Self, 15-foot cube, and each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you must take a Constitution saving throw, failed save. Creature takes 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed 10 feet away from you. Successful save, creature takes half as much damage and isn't pushed.
Well, the paladin and the fighter both have good con saves, right?
I believe so.
My con save is +2, so it's not that.
Duck, I guess. Plug your ears. Right?
Alright, how would you describe your spell? Bone Collector didn't make it, by the way.
So this some material appears in front of my hands and becomes big symbols. Clash!
None of the enemies make it. Aura, Bree, make your Constitution saving throws.
Alright.
Basically, plus
12.
8. You didn't. You got knocked off. You got knocked about 10 feet. As a sudden wave of
I'll push you towards the enemy so you can hit them some more easily.
How much damage do I
You
take?
said it was +8 that I had?
Yeah, plus 8. Thanks. With your high with your no +7. Yeah. Plus.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
just
plus
being
7
sure.
Constitution. Add it.
20?
You made it. You don't get pushed. Managed to toughen up against the to apparatus thunder wave, but you take half as much damage.
6.
6. Okay. All the everybody except Reed gets knocked back 10 feet.
Oh, wait. Can I not do that? Because, I just finished reading the spell. It's an audible boom out to 300 feet. So let's not, advertise that we're down in the crypt.
Okay, I will allow that. Okay, what are you gonna do instead?
Not cast Thunderwave, that's for damn sure.
DM, did you get my message? Yeah.
Let's see.
Alright,
So none of those spells are useful.
Alright, I got your message. You want me to take over for you?
Yeah, if you could, please. I really need to go now.
Do you have your character sheet somewhere?
It's on It's on D&D Beyond. Just
I'm gonna. It's gonna take me a bit to find it. So.
give me a second. Let me just download it.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about that.
I guess, I'm gonna firebolt the big guy then.
Okay, Reed, get your hit points yourself back. You're at 50 hit points. Okay, so.
Nat 20.
Boom!
For 18 points of damage.
Okay, you smash it pretty good. It's on its last legs, by the way. Oh, right, Lonnie. Lonnie is up next.
Okey doke.
Yeah, sorry, I kind of forgot that that Lonnie goes before apparatus, but it happens, right?
It's okay. Let's see. In this case, how far is everyone relative to like the exit out?
You're probably the closest one to the exit.
Well, yeah, I figured that much, but I don't want to like go outside and lock them
Apparatus is
in.
not far from you. Apparatus is not far from you. And I believe Fenfire is also close by.
Okay, I'm gonna since with Firebolt I can basically hit from the door, so basically get near the door and kind of tell everyone to maybe make their way over as soon as they can, and then do Firebolt at the big scully critter.
Alrighty. What do you need to do to? Oh, do I need well for?
I'll do it. It's an attack roll, and then I'll do the damage. So that's a 17 to hit.
That's a hit.
And 7 fire damage.
Oh my god, I was literally just thinking of this video, like, when I was using the turret earlier.
Right, I've given you I've sent the character sheet.
Alrighty. Thank you.
And that'll be my turn.
Sorry, guys. I'll see you guys next time.
No worries.
Yeah, I'll
No
let you know
problem.
what
Take
you get.
care,
Okay.
Rock.
Okay, bye.
Alright. Alrighty, so would that be your turn? How much fantasy have you did?
That was 7.
Yeah, it's close to breaking apart. Another fireball, bam! It's like its charge is like barely hanging on. Like its rib cage all collapsed, limping limbs, you name it. What do you do? Is that your turn, Lonnie?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Fenfire, you're up.
Alright, I'd like to back towards Lonnie. Cast Healing Spirit and summon it on top of Bree. And fire a firebolt at the skeleton.
Okay, make your attack. This could be the finishing move.
Firebolt. 20.
That hits.
And 8 damage.
Yeah, you managed to like it crumbles as soon as the fireball like reaches hits it and it crumbles to the ground, thus leaving the ruined body.
And also, like, a green spirit healing cat pops up around Bree
And already, Bree,
heals them for 5.
you're now back to full health, Bree. You're fully reinvigorated. Would that be your turn? Fen, is that your turn?
Yep.
One of the shadows approaches Aura and attacks. Unfortunately, for 16 points of unfortunately the 16 hits. The shadow Oh, okay. Dirty 20. That hits for 9 points of damage, and he feels himself weaker. And he lost his strength by 1 point. He's at a strength of 17 now. And Aura is up next. He will attack the shadow that hurt him with his maul. And
Keep it maul, family.
ha, funny. And unfortunately, he misses. He growls. And that ends his turn. And now shadow attacks him. Unfortunately, that hits. For 12 points of damage. As he feels more and more of it, like another swipes at him, and it feels himself weaker, but weaker and weaker. For 2, and his strength is strength by 2, 2 points, so he is at 15 strength. That ends his turn. Bree, you're up. You see your friend
Alright.
weakened. So what do you do?
Repeat that last bit. My mic blanked out.
So you see Aura weakened by the shadows as they swipe at him. What do you do?
Aurak, not
Aurak.
Aura.
Aurak, yeah. I said Aura for short. Aurak.
So I'm helping him attack.
You're gonna attack one of them, yes.
Okay, I'll take the weakened shadow.
They're both at good health, so make your attack.
Alright then, how to describe this? Like one on the left, one on the right?
Doesn't matter. You make your attack.
Alright, yeah, I'll take the one on the left.
Okay, roll your attack.
25.
That hits.
And then roll D8.
A D8 plus 7, yes.
11.
Alrighty. You actually get a good chunk of that out of that shadow, and it like hisses at you in response. Would that be your turn?
Yeah, I'll conclude my turn on that.
Lonnie, you're up.
All right. I think I've had quite a bit enough of the construct still being a thing, so I guess I'll blow my last second level spell and Scorching Ray again.
Alrighty. Are you gonna hit? Which ones are you gonna hit? The bone collector's down.
Oh, it is down. Okay. Okay.
I'm talking to Lonnie, by the way. So Lonnie, what do you do?
Yeah, I was surprised that the shadows were still around, but okay.
Yeah, that's why I was focusing on that.
Okay, I will then go ahead and attack whichever one is to my left.
Alrighty. Make your attack. One that Bree attacked. Go ahead.
Okay, 17,
That definitely hits.
21, and because it's Scorching Ray, it's 3 attacks.
So are you gonna use one ray on one and two on another?
I mean, I don't know how much health they are, so I'm gonna. There's no kill like overkill. I'm gonna kill it dead if I can.
One ray attacks. Okay, make your attack.
Alright, our 2 had already hit, so I'll do the last one at that's a. That one's a 16. That's probably not gonna hit.
It hits actually. Make your damage for each.
Then damage.
Is yes D yes plus. That's so weird.
A total of 22 fire damage.
It both burns away the shadows. They hiss, and they're gone. You are now alone in the vault, but something that seems to elude you until now. You made a bit of a promise to Lonnie and find Laura. So
Yeah, we were finding her brother.
Yeah, her wife's her brother-in-law. So you made your way back. And
No, wait, before we go, I'm stabbing the construct with the arrows.
Alrighty, you do that.
Is anybody hurt?
I mean,
Laura is.
Auroch is quite fucked up.
Then I want my healing spirit to just go over there and just like paw at him with all of its uses.
Alrighty, how many hit points has the sword?
I need to do some rolling for that.
And would it restore his strength?
No, it's just healing.
This is the sound it makes. Hey, are you okay? Take the healing.
Alright, so how much health have you restored?
12, 13 health.
That puts him up almost back to normal health. And you make your way back, and you turn to the necromancer's writing room. Upon his writing desk, you find a wreathed tome titled "Records of the Dead." The name Garnar's Shield is written large and central on the title page. Beneath, in smaller script, is written "Kind." Inside, there are hundreds of pages of logs dating back nearly 150 years. Each lists a time and place of death, a name, if available, a description of the recovered remains, and the coordinate.
Well, we're gonna start with when they did that mission.
Make an investigation check.
Yay!
24.
Alrighty. You found the entry.
6.
You found the entry. 998 YK. Savino 17. South Odakir lawn. Head and torso undamaged. Northwest wall section 12.
Head and torso undamaged. What about the rest of the limbs?
You you feel like you do not want to know the answer to.
Let's go by a coyote.
Alright, I'm gonna switch music. So that means everybody will have to. No. Wait. Alright, so endgame. We're in the endgame now. Sorry to quote Doctor Strange time to get out. Gonna copy and paste the music here. And now exciting music pops up.
Oof.
You okay?
Yep. Rick just landed on my nuts.
So. Some time passed, and you feel more of the curse eating at you, apparatus, even in the bag of holding.
How? It's in a pocket dimension.
It seems to have a bit of a hold on you. Make a Constitution save.
Alright, fine. 26, or sorry, not 324.
You still you basically shrug off the curse like it's nothing. You're Warforged. What do you expect? Alright, so you have a way to escape. And you also have the location of Lara's brother in law in mind.
Let's go take care of the brother-in-law and say that,
Yeah.
Honestly, we just came here for, to look through, to try to find, where someone died.
Alrighty,
If anyone asks, that's what we were here for. And it's true, technically.
Anyone wanna help apparatus with a deception check?
Sure. Oh, I want to cast guidance.
Sure, go ahead.
That'd be a good idea.
Advantage 17, and how much is guidance add?
D4.
So 21. Thank you for the guidance.
Alright, they believe what you say. Surprisingly, from a Warforged, you consider yourself lucky.
Because everyone thinks that Warforged can't lie.
Yeah, even from
Where's
you arrive at the northwest.
Are you programmed to lie?
Absolutely not. I got a 2 for deception.
Let me do the talking because he has the highest charisma.
I was making a. I wasn't no. I was making a joke for the. Are you programmed to lie? So I said no, and then rolled deception as a joke.
Right.
Got a 2.
Even from inside, the grim construction of the fort's walls are apparent. The top of the battlement are adorned with racks of sharpened ribs, and the skulls of hundreds of unfortunate dead are inlaid into the parapets. Skeletons patrol the walkways with long bows at the ready, apparently watching for signs of scattered Valinor elves.
Okay, we're just going over to where Creepy Dirt died.
I would like each of you to make a stealth check.
Oh shit. 12.
17. Good roll.
18.
He rolled a 13.
14.
He's going to be going with you, so he automatically succeeds. So, you manage to seek your way through, and they seem to be unaware of your presence. You go along the wall, searching for Lana Artha's remains. I would like any of you to roll either a perception check or an investigation check, whichever is higher for you.
Want to cast guidance on Lonnie?
Thank you. An
I
investigation
picked
it
up
is.
nothing but the wrong skulls. I just rolled a 1 twice. I went, perception. No, let's go with investigation then. Both times were not
You seem to
ones.
be a little confused by which skulls is it, even with the gem that you've been given. Like, this one.
I
Meanwhile,
rolled 18 perception.
Lonnie, you find that the shards begin to glow. the shards begin to glow dim blue, and you realize you're near the bones.
That's good because with the guidance it was a 23.
Alrighty. You now identify the body, and yeah, just that is the doornail. Laura and her wife would be quite pleased with some closure.
I got a rock that I am 100% convinced is the skull. Also, it's not a rock. It's a fish in a gold tank. Or it's a goldfish in the fish tank.
You don't know how you found it, but there you are.
This is the skull, right?
They're both around.
On perception and investigation.
You're pretty sure this is a skull. Yep, bones are everywhere. All right.
That's a sandwich. That is a grilled cheese sandwich, sir.
I would like every one of you to roll either athletics check or acrobatics check to get through the wall. He rolled a natural 20. Alright. So, what does everyone roll?
15.
What skills are we rolling?
Athletics?
Or acrobatics.
3. What'd you roll?
I got 11.
Oof. If you feel like a bit of bones pierce your body, and you would take 4 points of piercing damage. It's like
ouch.
Yeah.
I also got 11.
Yeah, you both take 4 points of piercing damage.
Surprise! The wizard's trainer is proficient in athletics, 18.
Just so you know, that's an unusual one. That you are an unusual wizard. Just saying.
Just remember that Elminster, the Archmage of the Forgotten Realms, started out as a rogue, became a fighter, and then, after overcoming his innate extreme distrust of magic, became a wizard.
That is true.
It also means that if you hit him with anti-magic, he could probably still fold you in half. With his bare fucking hands.
And I would like you make as you make your way through, I would like you each of you to make another athletics or acrobatics check. Unfortunately,
17.
let me check his character sheet, see what he's skilled in. He didn't make it. So, well, he didn't make it as the bones pierce his body, and it's like, ugh, and takes 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay, why are we going over the walls instead of,
You had to make your way back.
I mean, this is what happens when no one listened to me about finding another secret exit out.
That's why.
No, I mean, literally, we made the bluff check. We can just walk out.
Anyways, dirty 20 on the athletics.
All right, you made it. Would you like to head out through the walls? You made it out, by the way.
I'd like to just go out the front door.
Well, you made it out, so your method for exit is up to you.
You're welcome to go back in, to go out the front door if you want.
Won't be the first time I've done that.
And you walk away.
How do you...
I'm making a joke, by the way. I'm making a joke. So, you have other options. You can you mentioned secret entrance. You can try over there, or you can go right out the front door. It's gonna be going out the right door. Front.
I think what we need to do is make the place explode in fire and explosions while we walk away.
I'm already, yeah, I already did my athletics checks. I'm good.
Bree, what do you do? Would you like to join with the others? Front door or sewer tunnel?
Yes, I'll join the others.
front door. Since you have the highest charisma, second highest.
Wait, repeat?
So we
No,
have to go.
it would be a sewer tunnel. Wash stuff.
All right. I would like everyone. If everyone's going to the sewer tunnel, I would like all of you to make a stealth check.
Sorry, you were breaking up though. I couldn't quite hear you.
Give me a sec. Give me a second.
Wait, no, we've already made it through.
Okay. Yeah. You already made it through, and you got out.
Yeah, but aren't there elves outside?
Nope. The battle commences. The battle is still commencing. No one notices you were gone. All right. You made your way back to Sharn, thankfully. As I kept on had to the journey home. This is not on YouTube, by the way. No one's ever. None is wiser for it, by the way. Hours into the countryside, and with the forces of Fort Bones far behind you, you finally arrive at the designated meeting point. Field handler Lara and Ferdinand or Durna are waiting for you. You have it then? Lara bares her teeth in anticipation. And what of the accused captain? Then it adds. So what does everyone? So what does everyone do? Oh, Apparatus, since you have the artifact, do you pull it out of your bag of holding?
Well, the chest piece is cursed as hell.
Uh-huh.
Careful, don't touch it. It's cursed as hell. Someone get a big-ass box. And then put like 40 more boxes inside it.
Fennec nods and offers a sand to each of you. His shake is firm, but his smile is warm. I cannot thank you enough for your help, my friends. Today, we have taken one step closer to restoring Coronat's honor and its light. If you ever find yourself here again, you will always have a place at my table. Oh, and by the way, would you like to tell them of your other actions, such as pinning the blame on the Faranar elves and what you found?
Yeah, give them a thorough debriefing.
Oh, Lara seems really relieved. Oh, thank you so much. If you're, she seems to have a bit of a loss for words. I'm sure we'll bring peace to her and her family.
I fire a celebratory firebolt into the sky.
Yeah.
Yay. If you ever need anything, let her know. And plus, she gives you a she grabs something out of her bag. Veil. I'll read out loud what it does. As an action, you may activate the sonic crystal to mask your psyche. Any creature that attempts to read your surface thoughts, for example, by detect thoughts, we see is a application that you choose at the time of activation. However, if a creature probes your mind more deeply, they can still discover your true thoughts. The effect lasts for 1 hour, or until dismissed as a bonus action.
This sounds best to give to Bree, since they're usually the one who would have to lie for everyone.
Alrighty, and this is what the half-elf gives you. A Dawn Sheath. This sheath is decorated with the symbol of Odor Arath, sovereign of light and honor. When you draw a sword from this sheath, it shines with bright yellow light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet. If the weapon is completely covered, the light is blocked. While the weapon is shiny, it deals an extra D4 radiant damage to undead and fiends. The effect ends after 1 minute, or if you dismiss the light as an action. The sheath can be magically reshaped to any bladed weapon during the short rest.
Sounds thematically appropriate for Aura.
Alright? Alright, I'll let me know. And
Auroch uses a mole.
And in addition, you'll gain 300 gold. Okay,
Sweet.
three
Individually or as a group?
individually. I'll let the player of Aura know that he not only do you.
Okay.
In addition,
I really should find out what to spend.
alrighty, and with that, we put this adventure to a close.
I'm sorry, what?
This module is over. Good job, everybody. Good job, everybody. And let's see.
I'm gonna go down before I just suddenly fall asleep. Ta.
You do that, and I hope everybody had fun. I'm gonna end the stream and see if I can host
See ya,
someone in the
Yes,
meantime.
I had plenty of fun today.
Yeah, I hope I did a good job as DM, and yeah, okay. I'll be hosting someone in the meantime, so yeah, toodaloo, everybody.
My only